Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
Oh, yeah, you damn right. We're back in the building. Fantasy Football Hustler, and we are bringing you the real fantasy playmakers. Oh, yeah, always hyped up for this show, weekly show, normally starting at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Make sure you're tapping in every week. And we got the whole crew in the building, starting off with what looks like one is extra backstage right now, so we're going to mix it up. We're getting to our man. Peacock is in the building.
Woo! What is up, man? Coming in live. We are live, baby. I'm feeling good. It's good. What is it? Wednesday. We're gonna do What's Up Wednesday, baby. What up with David in the chat? What is going on, man? Good to see everybody. The usuals. You guys know what's going on. You know how we bring it to you. Doing the Playmakers, man. Excited to be here with the crew. It's been like a whole week since I've seen you guys. So I'm pumped.
Been way too long. And Song you in the building. What up, bro? And a regular on the show, has been for a handful of weeks now, and also made his debut on the circle last week, but Peacock was the one who actually took everyone down. Oh, excuse
Returning
me. The cock.
Last week's champ, the cock.
The cock is the returning champ. We definitely smelt what he was cooking. But in the building, our man repping the whole nation of gurus, Spencer the Guru.
Woo! What's up, Guru Nation? What's up, everybody? Good to be here with y'all this evening. Peacock Huss. I know we got Luigi backstage, but I just want to tell y'all a little something real quick here. I was really happy with the outcome of the championship. I mean, the divisional round games this past week, especially in the NFC, because guess what? Tom Brady, your bitch ass is done. You hit the wall and crashed. Aaron Rodgers, well, I don't know, man. You were just straight up trash, dog. He is just, and they are nah. Hey, and goodbye. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Tom Brady. Bye, Aaron Rodgers. Sick of hearing about y'all. Y'all are old, washed up. Go to the retirement home together. I'm done with them. I'm happy for Stafford and porn star Jimmy, baby. May the best man win this week. Get to the Super Bowl.
And yeah, we're going to back up the dump truck one time for Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. You guys deserve it. Dumpster fires out there.
Oh, yeah, man. I had to let that out, man. I had to diss him real quick. I just get so sick of hearing about him, man. It's just, that's all we hear. Oh, Brady, how many more is he going to get? Oh, Rodgers, this is his last dance and all that. Man, I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like that's why a lot of people are pulling for the Chiefs to not win this weekend, so we can have some fresh meat in the Super Bowl and a new face crowned.
Oh yeah, Burrow.
That
man,
right? Yeah, awesome. But that and his Mahomes' family is just super annoying. So that's another reason.
Yes.
Mahomes has only been in the league for 5 years, and he's already one of the teams that nobody wants to see it. Like, get him out of there. He's already been to the Super Bowl too many times. When you think about it. All right, let's bring him out here. The real champ in the building. Bogard always brags about being the 5-time champ, but we know he wouldn't be the 5-time champ without our man Luigi. Here we go. Stupid internet.
Luigi's stuck in the Matrix already.
Yep.
Already stuck in the Matrix. Oh, here he is. Yeah.
Sucker! Hey, my bad. The show was late because I was late. I was too busy defending my title. It was a successful title defense, as you can see.
Per usual.
Hey, and man, that was a tough act to follow. He shitted on my guys, bro. You gonna shit on my guys, bro? Brady and Rodgers.
I had to do it,
hold
man.
on, I
I'm
gotta
sorry.
say this. When my Niners went through a bad phase in the early 2000s, bro, or yeah, I guess but anyway,
This is a bad phase all about a couple years. Let's be honest.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I
like
just always had a.
I know what
had a
bad phases
love
are.
for
Like 20
Rodgers.
years.
I had a love for Rodgers and Brady because they grew up Niner fans, bro. You know what I mean? And they wanted to come to the Niners.
Sure.
They never did. And they went everywhere else and got success. So I always rooted for them, and everyone hated them. And I what's funny is I gotta see why everyone hates a motherfucker. And if that guy's cool and he's right by me, I'm like, hey, listen, bro, he's cool. You know what I mean?
Hey, I don't know if you guys ever seen that Nick Swartzen stand up, but he talks about so he's a crazy Vikings fan. And at one of his shows, Aaron Rodgers was there and his manager or something's like, hey, Aaron Rodgers is here. He wants to come meet you. You want to meet him? And he was like, fuck that. I don't want to meet him because then we're going to hit it off. We're going to be best friends. And then I'm not going to be able to say, fuck Aaron Rodgers and fuck the Packers every week. And then he said, it was literally like that. We met each other. We hit it off. And now I can't say fuck the Packers when Aaron Rodgers is around.
Hey, you know what, bro? Hey, the moment he turns his back, if I'm him, the moment he turns his back and in the same room, I'll be like, fuck Aaron Rodgers. Then he turns right back. Hey, Aaron, you want a shot? Like, yeah. Then he turns around, starts talking. Yeah, fuck him. I'm spitting it.
Man, we got so many Niner fans, and maybe it's just the California connection that I just bring somehow. But Song Yu said, Niner fan since I was 11 years old, born in 81. There we go.
Let's go. Hey, listen, I'm born in 84. Let's go, bro. It's in our blood. Gold-blooded. Hey, listen, cut me right now.
Gold-blooded.
Cut me right now. It's gold, blood. It's gold, blood. Cut me right now, blood. I said, cut me.
Cold-blooded drop.
Gold-blooded. That man is gold-blooded. What?
I was about to list all kind of ways.
What?
There we go. Anthony said since 82. I like it.
Let's go, man. Shout out to Anthony and all the Niner fans in the chat, bro. Come on, bang, bang. Hey, listen, bro.
And Mike, he said mock draft on Sleeper. Who's down? So
soon,
we're actually
Mike,
holding.
Soon, Mike. I'll be down soon for that.
We're holding a mock draft this Friday. So anyone here who is down can come join. We're starting at 7:20 Eastern. It's going to be a dynasty mock draft. So we're doing 15 rounds.
You know what's fucked up? I do most of my mock drafts straight, bro. I'm straight. I'll be high all the time, but that's straight. You know what I mean?
Luigi better be here on Friday.
But that's straight. Yeah.
Real drafts, bro. I'm always on shrooms, bro. And I love my teams. And when I do mock drafts, I hate it. Every time I do mock draft Monday with Spencer, I'm like, and we have to explain our teams. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I just did.
I didn't like my home team's draft because I was hosting and I got wasted. And I had
That's
to cook.
the way you do it.
Yeah, but I didn't like the team. I had to trade and scrounge and scrap just to get into the playoffs. You know what I mean? And then I won the first round too. So that was pretty cool.
By the grace of the fantasy gods.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of my teams end up, whether I'm drunk, sober, high, whatever. Man,
when I'm straight, I end up with a pretty good squad usually. Sometimes I go in there all cocky over whatever, blah, and I got weight. Like the last draft of the season was this standard ass league, and I went in there picking, guys I thought were going to be great.
Backs in standard.
Yeah, that's what I probably should have done, but there's a limit. I could only take three. I could only take 3 or 4 running backs. Yeah. Anyways, that league.
And there you go, Mike.
I want to leave it, but I can't.
Bong rip, smoking the herb, and Cali here too. Hell yeah, man.
Get high, Mike.
That's how we get down.
Hi, Mike is what I'm gonna call him.
Yeah.
I've moved my operation to my bathroom window lately because it's just more efficient.
Knocked out the cherry.
Yeah, you gotta get back in the garage. You need a garage studio where you.
I do. Yeah, I do. It's there, but the wife had the dogs in there because it's been cold down here lately. And it just smells like dog. I don't want to be around that.
Hey, when he knew Luigi was lagging, he was like, I'm gonna go hit this bowl real quick.
Yeah, I was like, yep, and then I'll be right back. And then here I am. But I'm back in my little office, and I'm in the opposite. I'm usually sitting over there, and you see the back anyway. So we're reversed. We're upside down today.
We like this
backwards.
view. We were talking about it earlier, how you were just stunting on everyone with all the dope art you got in the background.
Oh yeah. I had to move it off the walls and kind of put it in the
Hey,
background
while we're
for
on
this.
that, bro, let them know, bro, about the neon peacock joint, bro.
Of course, well, yeah, it's there. There it is, right there. You can see it right there. Neonpeacock.threadless.com. I have some of my designs, most of my graphic design work in the 2-dimensional form. But if you go hit up my Twitter, which is Neon Peacock Art.
I live in the 4-dimensional space.
I'm sorry, not Twitter. My Instagram, you'll see some of my my 3D animation holographic cards that I've done lately. If you look at my stories, I've been working on some sculpting in the 3D world, like which is really cool lately, and I'm working on animating some of that stuff. So that's the next step right now. And Bogard and I have been talking about some other stuff behind the scenes. So very excited about that. I just got to continue to keep teaching myself right now in my spare time.
Don't tell nobody.
Yeah. Just, but there's some ideas in the work with some cool like artwork that'll be attached to it. That'll be most likely in the 3-dimensional form that you can check out that, hopefully I can streamline pretty quickly. Because I like it, it's cool. It's cool stuff. So go check some of that stuff out. If you look at my highlights on my Instagram, I have it separated between shoe customs, regular graphic work, paintings, and then some of the new animation things that I've been doing lately. So go check some of that stuff out. And then I'm on Twitter with my fantasy football stuff, which is what we do here, and that's FF_Peacock because that's dealing with fantasy football.
Yeah.
What up, Jared? Shout out to the Who Dat Nation.
Who that nation, baby? I got my same jacket right now. Who that?
Who dat?
Hey, and speaking of the Who Dat Nation,
I don't know what to do with Taysom Hill and Dynasty. Oh my God.
Oh wait, before we
Yeah,
get to
hold
the Who Dat,
on.
before we get to the Who Dat, let's Robert had a question here, real quick, before we get off the rails. He said, "What up, Brad Tokaway?" He said, "Here's a question for y'all: if porn star Jimmy and the Niners win, do they keep him and have Lance stay a backup for another year or two?" I kind of already thought that, depending on how good or bad Jimmy did, that might earn him, one more year as the starter, and I think he did good enough to earn that year.
If he goes to the Super Bowl and loses, Bogart, does that what applies?
Hold on. The mushroom epiphany. Here it is.
Oh.
Because we have pondered this question a lot. We've been asked this question a lot. And here it is. The further Jimmy goes, and even as far as he got them, and knocking all he's injury prone. He's playing through injuries. That means because what they used to say, is he tough enough? Here's the answer. At the fact that he got to the NFC title, and if he goes beyond, he is going to be easy to trade away. Bomb.
That makes a lot of sense. Actually, because his
we
value
traded away the world
up.
to get Lance. Lance is the guy next year. He's raw. We get a whole off season. This is just what it is. I love Jimmy. Jimmy's we win ugly with handsome Jimmy. That's like my favorite saying.
You could win ugly with Lance next year, though. That's the point. That's a good point.
Right.
You could trade him away.
That's the plan. It's always been. We're just going.
That's what the Chiefs did.
The more better Jimmy does, the higher value we can get back because we're gonna move him. He costs a lot of money.
Yeah, I think y'all.
His contract. Yeah, his contract is too good.
We gotta pay Bosa.
I mean, too big.
Bosa's gonna get paid. The reason why we drafted and traded all that capital to get Lance, draft him, and I'm on record for saying we're gonna get Lance even before we traded up. I was like, we're gonna get Trey Lance. Like when
everyone else was saying Mac Jones, or
Justin Fields. And shout out to the Hard Start fellas, man. Shout out to Guccini. We was on Lance from the jump. You know what I mean? Shout out to Guccini. We was on Lance from the jump. But
shout out to Guccini because he's been trading with me, and right now I'm just like doing whatever because my team was shit last year. So I really need to get just youth on my side right now.
Yeah,
youth and picks. Youth and picks.
Right. Okay, hold on. To get back to my point.
If Steezy's watching, Steezy, come get Chris Carson. That's your boy. Come get him.
Nobody wants him, bro.
See, that's what I'm doing though. Anyway.
Okay, look, hold on. Let's get back to my point because I don't even remember it, to be honest.
Robert said even if
handsome Jimmy,
even if they win the Super Bowl, is what is Robert.
Yeah, even if we win, that means we get higher value.
Yeah, exactly. Because they
you don't want to waste too many years of Lance's rookie contract. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They already put him in packages. They already played Trey in packages. They already had him out there in certain games when Jimmy wasn't available. So he's gotten some playing time. And a lot of rookies that were good and worthy of conversation this season got that kind of playing time. So
hold on real quick.
You don't want to waste another year of his rookie deal. He has what, 4 years?
Let's
5?
remember back. Yeah, that's why he's gonna play. That especially what you said. Underline that real quick. But let's go back in the time machine real quick. Before week 1, the preseason, Lance was lighting it up. We was about to get him in there like fast, and then the last preseason game, he fractured something in his throwing hand in one of the fingers, and that threw him all the way off course. That was it for him.
I know. I remember I did a graphic, and I already had Lance with a crown on there, and it was like it wasn't even the season starting yet. We're like, what if?
Yeah, for sure. That was the what if series. The Playmaker what if series.
It was like one of the first ones.
And Robert said Rodgers sat behind Favre for 3 to 4 years, and that's a different story.
That's Favre. Favre is Jimmy. Jimmy's not Favre.
Jimmy, I'd say porn star Jimmy, similar to Alex Smith. And
Jimmy's
Smith,
lost the Super Bowl. That's it.
He had a nice year, and so the Chiefs parlayed that into some draft picks, and then put Patty Mahomes in for year 2, and the rest is history. So I think y'all follow a similar route to that because y'all
Noble in the house.
What's up? What up? Yeah.
What's up?
Internet star.
That's my guy. I met him in real life. He's awesome.
Right on. Yeah, he kept the wallet stashed in his hair.
Can't see it because it's green.
Green screen.
The hair is awesome in real life.
Oh yeah, but y'all traded up for Lance. So I mean, I think y'all gonna want to get him in there pretty soon. He's obviously a guy that Shanahan sees.
We win ugly with handsome Jimmy.
Yeah, but now y'all can win. It won't be quite as ugly with Lance, assuming he pans out. Because with him, that should open up.
It's a different playbook.
Yeah, it'll open up the playbook for sure.
Hey, look at this. How good the Shanahans are.
Yep.
Hey, you want to see how good the Shanahans are? Is when they were in Washington, right? A team formerly known as the Redskins. Oh, I said it.
The Foreskins. Right? The Foreskins.
The Washington.
When the Shanahans were
the Blue Balls. They should just change their name to the Blue Balls.
I always thought they should make it the Washington Caucasians, because in DC that's all there is around. Well, at least all the politicians and stuff.
That's funny too. And it's just like a picture of George Washington.
Place,
the Washingtons.
Yeah.
The Washingtons.
I know.
That'd be kind of funny. That'd be
anyway, hold on.
Washingtons.
It's like a quarter. A dollar bill.
Put a fucking quarter on the helmet.
In the 2012 draft, bro, they didn't want to draft RG3. You know who they wanted? They wanted Corky Kirk, bro. And so when the ownership and the GM was like, we're taking, so they took both of them.
You like that? Or
and
what?
Guess what? And they went crazy. They had that was when the pistol and the read option and all that shit went crazy, bro.
Yeah, but RG3's knees, he doesn't know how to squat. They were like, he wouldn't track his knees over his toes. Anyway.
First of all, because he's Uncle Tom. RG3, by the way.
Oh, damn.
RG3. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, I feel like that's a lot of the Texans roster that they had list last year. But anyway.
The third. He was the rookie of the year, bro. Come on.
He was great. And
they know how to do this. That's the thing.
No, but I'm saying he was prone to knee injuries because he didn't know how to squat properly. In the training room, he was just training himself to get injured.
Compare Lance physically to RG3. And then Lance, from what we've seen, you know what I'm saying, flashes in the NFL, which is small and minuscule, you know what I'm saying? But, also couple that with what he did in college. We know what he's capable of. He needs an understanding of this joint first. So the fact that he got to sit behind Jimmy, you know what he learned from Jimmy? I want to take you to the Chicago game, the game against Chicago this year.
Where did Jimmy learn it all from, though?
Hold on. Jimmy ran 2 touchdowns in when they were within the 3-yard line, right? You know what the Lance can learn from that is Jimmy could be like, you know why I ran right there? Because this and that, and the third failed. this. I look at the reads, blah blah blah, whatever it was, and
The defense gave it to me.
Exactly. Because Lance,
but I don't think the defense is going to give Lance anything like that.
See, Lance always wanted to take off though, and what we've seen to him in the NFL, he has 2 starts here, and he has a game that he came in the half after on the Seahawks game. You know what I'm saying? He liked to take off running. He learns progression. So that's
I'm gonna do a Trey Lance holographic card.
Maybe he could learn that from. Maybe that's the one thing he could take from Handsome Jimmy. You know what I mean? Because Alex Smith, you know what he taught Mahomes? Mahomes was like a gunslinger coming out of college. Oh, he's like
Texas Tech.
He's throwing a lot of.
I saw a lot of those games, man.
And then you know what, Alex?
The
Smith
local TV stations.
Uncle Smith, Alex Smith. Alex Smith takes care of the ball. You know what? Patrick Mahomes learned like Alex Smith's like, you know what? It wasn't there. I just threw it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Alex Smith was great. I mean, I saw him dismantled by Texans the end of regular season and then also in the playoffs. I was at those games.
It was like week 4 that year that you guys played him. It was early in the year, then in the playoffs.
And then in the playoffs, right. And I was at both of those games. But it's Niles. No.
Niles Davis?
No, was it?
No,
I don't know. It could have been. The guy who returned the opening kickoff 101 yards. Yeah. Just like set the tone for the game. Anyway.
It was
that's the worst. Yeah.
For the first play. Niles Rodgers. What is his name, bro? He was a running back.
Hey, but the Texans still have more playoff wins in the last 25 years than the Cowboys. And the Texans weren't even around for the last 25 years, only like 22 or something. Or the last 18 or something.
Okay, but I do gotta say though, right? I don't.
Well, yeah, because the Niners went to the Super Bowl. We were talking about the Niners. The Niners went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and Handsome Jimmy, we saw that that boring game where they lost. Unfortunately, where they were winning and then they lost. It wasn't boring. It was a great game. It was boring to me in the second. It was boring in the second half of the fourth quarter when the Niners couldn't do anything on offense.
We got another guest host in the building.
Yes. Oh, it's
I'm surprised.
My man Derek.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, check this out. The art. I want to introduce the architect of the phenomenal app Sports Me. He's also a Harvard grad. He's also a fellow gang member.
Harvard, never heard of it, I imagine.
He's also an innovator, a free thinker, and he literally went bananas on his last appearance, making his triumphant return. Sports Me.
I'm here. Bogard, what did I tell you? Not rain, not snow, not sleet, not COVID will stop me from showing up and hanging out with you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hey, bro.
Fucking right.
What's up?
Hey, man. How are you and the fam doing, man?
We're good. So I plan on getting there earlier, but apparently the whole family has COVID, and so I had to deal with that thing. But
I've been there, so don't worry. And it seems like more people are dealing with it all the time. It's a thing that we're gonna have to deal with. It's not going away anytime soon.
Hey, listen,
hopefully we'll all get through it.
We're in the apocalypse. This is the apocalypse. The mushroom told me. Welcome to the show, man. Thoughts and prayers, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad to have you on, and glad to see you're doing well. And I know from what our talks earlier, that I know the family's on the up and up, and it's on the back end. And man, that's awesome. And I feel like we are fucking unstoppable.
That's the best feeling in the world. I felt that way.
Yeah. And now I got my fellow gang member, bro. Bang, bang, bro. Okay, so look at this. The $1 million question was, what do we do with Jimmy next year? And I don't know if you were tuning in. I went on like an incredible rant about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want to hear your thoughts real quick.
yeah. So look, if we win a Super Bowl, I'm fine with giving him the extra year. Give Lance some time to develop, all that good stuff. You can sometimes make those gestures out of respect if someone gets you to the promised land and delivers. But anybody who's been watching him play, I think would have a hard time saying they're winning games because of Jimmy Garoppolo.
There you go.
I mean, what do you got to do? Like, how many times are you going to put up like a 12 QBR, right? I mean,
let's go. Hey, you want to hear a fun stat real quick? Just real quick. So there's 3 games in Jimmy's career that he's won without throwing a touchdown. He is undefeated in games he doesn't throw a touchdown. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Winning
he's undefeated.
Handsome Jimmy.
He's undefeated when he doesn't throw a
want
TD
him to
pass.
throw a touchdown then. Got to play the odds.
Is that a new offense, Bogard? We'll just run Jimmy out there, have him kneel 3 times and punt.
Let's go.
It's glorified
the Chicago
manager.
Bears Kevin Hester offense.
Hey, our special team sucks, though. I'm for the record.
Yeah,
Debo would have to return every punt. I bet you that would actually be great.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo's like Eli Manning's second coming. I mean,
nah, Eli Manning's dumb and ugly. See, Jimmy is dumb and handsome.
No, just in terms of the luck, right? Like it is an act of God that Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls.
It has to be. I mean, I saw those runs. I was there. Of course, I was cheering for the Giants to upset the Patriots in those instances. So I was happy with the result, but still, yeah, you could consider them flukish. Fluky.
The laws of attraction, right? Maybe with everyone's powers combined. You know how many people hate the Patriots? They probably could have willed it, and his dumbass didn't even know. He just thought it was just greatness. He was like, for years, Eli Manning would be at Thanksgiving, and then what's his name? Archie Manning would be like, Eli, go ahead and cut the turkey. And then Eli's telling all these Super Bowl stories, and then Manning, pain and heat inside, he's hella hot for years. Like, fuck that shit, because he had lost one and only got one. You know what I mean?
And then he cheesed his way to the second one. Yeah, what is it? It's the defense. It was his defense that carried
Hey,
him.
we'll take it. Just share it.
Yeah, that's what he's like, man, Eli got 2 cheap ones. I might as well get a cheap
that only
one.
lasted for a year.
Yeah. Although we need to run some math now. Do we have a stats person? We need someone who can correlate the attractiveness of a quarterback with their win rate. There must be something there.
I bet there is.
I have this theory. I do have this theory that Aaron Rodgers, like, I don't think he's like particularly handsome at all, but he has gigantic eyeballs, and I think that helps him survey the field. Like, he sees everything.
I think we'd have to do is
playoffs. His eyeballs.
He's like blessed with physical attributes in that way. Like, his eyes are like gigantic, like more than.
I think we'd have to get a sample of like 100 female football fans and see how they rate, certain quarterbacks.
This is in
a time span, right? I guess within like the last 10 years, or Super Bowl champs within the last certain amount, like a range, right? And then you do that, and then you can do the correlation. I took maybe 4 or 5 stats classes back in college, but that was like 10 years ago. So you definitely have to have your sample right, and then do all that all that other crap. But I think that's the way you would have to go. You'd have to do, the female group of a certain size, and then just have them pull out a questionnaire. And then you can see if there's a correlation between wins and handsomeness. But
my lady has like her finger on the pulse of things, right? Like my lady, that's always been her knack. She just has her finger on the pulse of everything. Maybe because also she's a nurse, so hey, pun intended. But she always has her finger on the pulse, right? And like it's funny because then you couple that with the fact she's a diehard Niner fan. She just loves Jimmy G, and it's always followed by, and he's so handsome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like he can do no wrong. And you know what's funny is like he has that effect. That's why I say winning ugly.
I showed my wife a picture of Jimmy G, and she was like, I don't know, I guess. And I was like, really? I'm surprised by that response. I was.
Yeah.
I was looking for and I went through several photos, and then I showed her a photo of him in street clothes, and she's like, "Well, he looks a little better there." So I was like, "I don't know. Maybe she was just trying to be nice."
That's why Brady wanted him the fuck out of there. To be honest, he's probably
Can't have two handsome quarterbacks
I
on
know
one
I
team.
play better than him. I'm not tripping off that.
100%.
He comes
100%.
through. He's like the life of the party at the Christmas party, and he's like, Giselle, why'd you invite him? She's like, well, Hoyer's here too. It's like, well, yeah, well, Hoyer's Jewish.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's like, Hoyer's Jewish. He doesn't care. He came here for the booze. Why did you invite him?
I was going to say, Hoyer wasn't even invited, but he's here.
But look at Tom Brady too, because you run the numbers. You ever looked at Tom Brady? All those games he won in the playoffs and the Super Bowl,
He's getting those calls from the refs because they like him. He's likable.
Calls, right? But and by the way, if you're good looking, people are more likely to not call a penalty on you. That's
right. I think so.
I mean, Marshawn Lynch used to get he got hella flags, bro.
That's because he'd grab his nuts and dive in the end zone.
He used vulgar language
he's ugly. That's why I'm saying.
But he was pretty nice though.
Yeah, I know he's nasty.
But so that's what I'm saying.
I'm just shout out to
just do dumb things sometimes. Yeah, Beast Mode's the best though. He's gonna be on a new show. I'm definitely tuning into that.
Yeah, because you look at Tom Brady, something helped him win all those games, and it's not just talent. Because even if you gave Tom Brady an 80% chance to win every single game he played in the playoffs and all those Super Bowls, there's still no way he can do it. Like the numbers.
Okay, so it's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. Okay, listen. I'm on record for saying that Bill Belichick is the evil, dark emperor of the Force, the Dark Lord of the Sith. Right?
Yeah,
Sith
Tom
Lord.
Brady is his
Sith
Darth
Lord.
Vader. Tom Brady is a Sith Lord as well.
Palpatine.
Was he using the dark side of the Force
Snoke?
in the second half of that game against the Rams? Because 4 fumbles is a motherfucker. That's not because of the Bucks or the referees or anything like that. 4 fumbles, and he's just willing it, yes. And he marches them down to tie the game up. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird luck as well. But he takes advantage. He takes advantage of opportunities. So you have to be
the dark side.
You have to be perfect versus Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? But I think it went both ways. I don't know how many times the Bucks turned the ball over.
He's in that thing for 2 decades, bro. You better you can't. I've told the story before, but when he beat Mahomes in the AFC title game back in the 18 season, he went to that locker room. He went to that locker room after.
I got unexpected company. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, all good. Tom Brady, he has the audacity. He's the GOAT. He went to the locker room after, and he told Patrick Mahomes, "You the one, bro." That's basically what he told him. You know what I'm saying?
And ever since then, it's damn, man. It's Mahomes.
Hey, how about this? Tell me who has beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs?
Just Tom Brady. Exclusively Tom Brady.
Only Tom Brady.
And in the Super Bowl. Just him. And he told him, you the one.
He's only lost twice, right?
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Twice to Tom Brady, yeah.
But it did 100% success rate for Brady then in that sense, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, even though I find numbers. I'm a fantasy analyst. I'll find ways to skew my numbers.
I'm convinced that Tom Brady has a deal with the devil. 100%.
Oh yeah, he does.
The dark side of the Force.
Exactly. Yeah.
Giselle already admitted that she's a witch, and she said, "But lucky for Tom Brady, I'm a good witch."
Yeah.
So did she like good witch bless avocados? Because I swear to God, I'm about to spend $700.
Oh, she gets she scours the earth for the crystals. You guys know about the crystals. She finds the perfect one for his games, and apparently they do a lot of meditating the night before and a lot of visioning all the things that are going to happen.
There's a lot of tantric sex going on too. I can
imagine. They left that part out.
Giselle,
I'm sure.
She's Brazilian. Is that what she is, right? I can imagine why like tantric sex, crystals, shit like that.
Oh, man.
I
Avocado baths.
I got one thing to say about Tom Brady.
Eucalyptus leaf wraps.
Eucalyptus leaf. I was gonna say, how many people whose hair looks better after they take off a helmet having played football for 3 hours, right? That's all I got.
That don't make sense. He's doing something. He's
not okay. How about this? He's not sweating.
The only time he sweats
thing?
is against my
He's
Saints.
not sweating shit.
When he plays
That's
us,
why
he
he can
shows
come back
he looks
and tie
older.
the game up in the fourth quarter several times in his career. You know, here's the dark side of the force. Going back to that AFC title game where he beat Mahomes. He made D Ford like move like a little up like into the neutral zone.
Oh,
get
yeah,
him
the
off
neutral
sides.
zone
Then when
infraction.
he goes reckless, throws a pick, and that ends the game. But oh no, there's a flag.
Yeah.
Dark
Oh
side
yeah.
of the force.
Yep. That's how he
then
does it.
Mahomes has to get him in the field goal range. And then also, too, it's like, man, the coin flip's a motherfucker. Like, there's no way around it, too. Somebody said on Sportsman, too, like, so what do we do with overtimes? Like, there's really no way around it. It is good how it is. It's like, I really want to nitpick the coin flip, but how else do you do it? Do you have like two guys that are just designated to duke it out to the death real quick for a minute? Like, okay, boom. Your guy lost.
Yeah, like have a wrestling match. Yeah, have a wrestling match at midfield.
Like, flip a coin, but damn, that's so. Because once you get the ball, you know that's it. Especially when defenses are so gassed, like it's just almost a recipe. Especially if you're a Slayer, if you're Mahomes or you're Brady, when you win in that
Stallion, whoever won that toss last week.
You know, Aaron Rodgers, he's lost so many times to a fucking coin flip. He lost to the Seahawks in a coin flip in the NFC title game. They get the ball, defense so gas, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? In a divisional against Arizona, when Carson Palmer and he loses a coin flip, boom, in overtime. He threw 2 Hail Marys again in overtime in that game. And then Larry Fitzgerald all the way, boom, done. And then the next year against the Falcons. In 2016, against the Falcons, loses the coin flip. It's a wrap. Shanahan and them with the Falcons.
Why do they suck so much at getting the coin flip?
He always calls the wrong.
And then
he always calls the wrong side.
Hold on, that's not it. That's not it. 2017, then in 2018. There's more.
2018 was the Saints no call. That one's still fresh. That's
well, you guys get jobbed. That's it.
Yeah, I say us and the Packers have gotten the most screw jobs by far out of anybody in the NFC. Like this freaking Cowboys are just straight up suck.
Packers get favored.
Saints, yes. Packers,
yeah. That's the coin toss thing.
I would say that's just terrible bad luck.
Right. Yeah, the Saints is just like, a lot of it is like defensive blunders late, but the no call is just, there's nothing we could do. It was just total and utter bullshit.
Well, speaking of total and utter bullshit, right? Let's get to how my Niners got to this title game, because I always set myself up with extremely low expectations so I could be pleasantly surprised. And on tonight's show, we're going to break down Championship Sunday. And we're starting off with my man Guru. Tell us about this Niner game. Let's get this under over and let's get this spread.
For sure, man. Yeah, let's take a look here. The spread as we speak is at 3.5 in favor of the Rams. So they're still sleeping on your Niners. They're not they're still not making them the favorites, even though they beat the Rams twice this year and have owned them over the 5 of the past 6 have gone to your Niners, Bogard, against the Rams.
Yep, we're some covering machines.
Yeah, and then y'all 3.5.
Oh, you mean against the Rams?
Underdogs.
I thought you meant against in this past 5 weeks. Yeah, but either way, yes, both are correct.
For sure. Yeah, no, the money line is plus 160 for the 49ers. So if you bet on the Niner game, then you win 260. But if you put 100, you get 260. And then with the Rams, they're minus 190. You'd have to put 100 to get 90. So I'd probably, if I had to pick that, I think your Niners are right up there. And if you get more money if the Niners can come through like the past couple weeks. And then the over under
that, man. You just take the Niners to cover, because with the style of
game
plays is close.
Mm-hmm.
We really got it. I mean, you know what? We'll get into it. I don't want to.
Yeah. The over under. Yeah, the over under is 46, which is about fair. It'd be 23 points for each team.
I thought it would open up at 47, but I like what they're doing here.
Yeah, I think they're trying to tempt people to take the over, which could happen. But I mean, your Niners have been a defense first team. I mean, so
That
I
game
don't know.
could
It's
easily
tough.
that game
It's
could
tough.
easily hit the over, but damn, like I just feel like the Niners have been so good, like on D. I really feel like they could cover that. You said it was 3 or 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I think they could really
I'll
cover
take that right now too. If you're watching this, go take that right now.
Smash that.
Smash the Niners at 3.5.
I wish we need
because
a
they
we need
might
a
move.
we need a
That
plug.
half.
We need a plug somewhere in Las Vegas so we could find out where most of the money is being bet, because that's how we know where the,
I
where the line is.
got several boots on the ground in Vegas.
Make the call.
Hey, so does my man. So does my man Derek, man. Just on Sports Me. By the way, everybody, download the Sports Me app.
Yeah.
But look at this. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do here. I do like I said, smash that, and I like the under. I like the under a lot because we're gonna drag out.
I kind of like the
these
under
drives.
too. Yeah.
We're gonna drag long extendo drives is our bag, baby.
Would you agree, Bogard, when it gets to this point of the game? I mean, it's almost like a prize fight where we want to see everyone come out the gate and just start whooping ass, but
that's what Sean McVay's gonna do.
You think they're gonna come out
They're
and
gonna
just
come out
try
trying
to
to
top off
shut
it?
down the field.
I'd like to see
that's what they
that.
did.
They're smart.
A few weeks ago, and they got the big lead, but then y'all came back on their ass.
Okay, I have a theory on this. I've been consistent with this one because I like using that game as an example. So we were down 17-0 going into the half, right? We have the ball, we kick the field goal, and because we know we just got to get points up, and we happen to have the ball to open up the half. So we're going into the half 17-3. Here's my theory with the Niners, because just by watching the Shanahan team, anytime we were down 3 possessions, that's when we started abandoning the run. 2 possessions, we never abandon the run. We don't give a fuck. We're in this thing, right? So we open up the second half, we just running the ball. We get down, we score a touchdown. Now we're back in this thing, in control again. 1 possession is nothing for Shanahan. That's his game. Stay close because our game's playing defense and running the ball. Long extended drives. We don't want to get into a shootout with Jimmy. We don't. I mean, with Stafford, because we don't want Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, he's not a gunslinger.
Right.
Jimmy's, you know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy is what he is.
If it hits the over, it's probably not going to be looking good for the Niners, right?
That means the Niners lost because they bombed the fuck out of us. Because we're gonna play the under. That's the type of game we're gonna play. And you know what I'm saying? That's why even like being like afraid to take my Niners, like who's gonna outright win, you can't even find me on record in any of these games in the playoffs where I'm saying the Niners are gonna win. But I always say take my Niners to cover because that's just what Spencer knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he said that last week with the Packers, and it was just one of those just gritty, ugly.
That was when they were giving us 6 points, and when we were talking about on your show, it had moved. I was on your show on Friday,
right? Yeah.
By the way,
from 5.5.
By the way, everybody check out Spencer's show, man. Brand new. I was on the debut. I was on the pilot / debut.
Yeah, for the
awesome.
live. Yeah, it was my first.
And the rant, his rant to open the show up is like what you're gonna get from his show, because that's like the best segment on his show. It's just rant.
Oh yeah, that was the end actually. Yeah, I'll have to chop that clip. Yeah, our rants were freaking fire.
Yeah, but yeah. So Derek, what you think?
Yeah, the look, I always take issue when people say it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. That's ridiculous. The team that's won twice prior wins like 2/3 of the time, because what's more likely, if you beat a team twice, are you better or are you worse, right? I mean, it's more likely you're better than them, or at least the matchups play out such that you're just
at least you match up better with them,
right. And in this case, I don't think the 49ers as a whole are a better team than the Rams. I just think they match up well, and we just need to play out.
Agreed.
And so I don't know why people would say, "Oh, Rams are going to stop them," right? Well, they haven't. Like, I mean, what makes you think is different this time? And and the Rams are certainly worried, right? They're trying to keep our boys out of the stadium, Bogart. We know they're afraid.
I've seen that. And you know what's funny?
Some bitch ass boys.
But here's the thing, though. Here, to get down to like the nitty gritty of it, because I had to. You know what I mean? I seen that. Oh, they just you have to be a local to buy tickets, right? And then I realized, oh shit, ever since the Rams and moved back to LA, every time they have a home game against my Niners, this is a red sea of jerseys out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have hella Niner fans that live in LA. You know what I mean? What do you know? So they can't keep us out regardless. And then off Ticketmaster, they couldn't hold it up more than 24 hours, so they had to shut that thing down. But either way, I do want to say Von Miller being healthy this time around, playing him, it makes a difference. You know what I mean? Because last time we played them, this is when they were getting Von Miller actually, I think it was his first game time actually. And he was coming off this like high ankle. So he was on a snap count. Either way, that's like a big difference. Big difference. They have Cam Akers now. You know what I mean? Another big difference is, you know what I'm saying? My man, Trent Williams is banged up.
Yeah.
I told everybody on the show on Monday, I'm going to be wearing Wolverine shirts all week. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to make sure am I even wearing my Wolverine? Because I had to rejuvenate my man Debo and Kittle and they ain't even on the injury report, so they good to go. We balls to the wall. But Trent Williams being banged up because he's been handling Aaron Donald in those last 4 meetings, because we've had Trent Williams for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And so that is like a marquee matchup people need to pay attention to in that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bogart, you seen him? Highest PFF grade ever.
Mm-hmm. Ever. And you know what's crazy? Going back to what I said earlier, when the Shanahans were in Washington, they drafted him. Shanahan made a conscious. This was dope, because Shanahan's a Sagittarius like me. We rock with our guys. Everywhere Shanahan goes, if you rock with him, he's gonna bring you to the next team that he's at. Remember, he went to he went to the Browns, and then he went to Atlanta at one point. He was like, hey, Alex Mack, come over here, bro. Right?
Yeah, he's like a recruiter. Man. Yeah, he'd be a good college.
He's like, come over here. It's better over here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he brings motherfuckers everywhere he's at. Look, we even have Mohamed Sanu on our squad, bro. Anywhere he goes, like, if you rock with me before, I'm gonna bring you over, because you know what I'm saying, you work the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, familiar with the system. Yeah.
Trent Williams, he traded for him in the draft. He's like, Lynch, you better give me this motherfucker. Just click his teacher, motherfucker, this motherfucker.
And don't sleep on Alex Mack. Bogard, do you remember?
Yeah, shout out to Alex.
Remember Alex Mack played college?
Where did he play at? Stanford?
Berkeley.
Okay, I knew it was in the Bay. My bad. Yeah. It'll never happen again. I knew that. I just blurted out the answer without thinking about it first. Listen, and see, going back to what I said too. Even that, it's like, listen, Alex Mack, we're trade for you again from Atlanta. You know what I mean? He brought him over from the Browns to Atlanta, and now he's like, listen, bro, winning in the trenches. He learned this from his pappy. You know what I mean? This is where everything starts. Yes, the Rams have a crazy shutdown secondary, but like Debo's a different type of receiver. I've been on record for saying this, and Hustler knows too. Hustler was one of the ones when I was trying to find the words for it. He was like, uncoverable. I was like, there it is. You know what I mean? Because this Debo, it doesn't matter, bro. He's a truck. He's like him and AJ Brown like have a category. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for
They're
sure.
Like the Derrick Henry of receivers, and then Debo runs the ball too. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not worried about their secondary, especially I know Shanahan schemes well against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, check out the receivers that are left in these matchups. Man, the AFC is freaking Chase and Hill, and then Kelsey at tight end, and then freaking y'all got Debo and Kittle. And then the Rams with goddamn Cooper Kupp. I mean, it's insane the amount of star power at receiver that's left.
And you know, it's funny. We're the only true team that ain't really throwing to receivers like that.
Right? Y'all old school running the ball.
And look at even though Debo went from like 2 point whatever the fuck it was, 2.4 whatever it was yards. Excuse me. He went from like 2.4. average depth of target in his career, right? And then he had like almost an equal yards per reception, right? Then after this year, it jumped up to like 9 yards per reception because he's all yak, and then it makes Jimmy look good. Even, you know what I mean? It'll make anyone look good. In that sense.
For sure. I got a question for you, Bogey. I saw our Raging Cajun buddy Elijah Mitchell didn't practice today. Is he gonna be okay?
Saving him.
Saving it. Okay, good. That's what I was thinking.
Because they give him like 20. They give him 20 burgers.
Yeah, I know, man. They
like
brought him to the ground, man. Son of a bitch. Like, no wonder he was banged up all throughout the year. Y'all been riding him till the wheels fall off.
This is why I love the universe, because we were doing this show, or at least whatever show we were doing at the time, but it was me, Huss, and you were on, Spencer.
Yeah,
and Hustler goes breaking news. Yeah. Hustler goes breaking news, like literally on the time. It was breaking news. Jeff Wilson torn whatever the fuck it was, right? Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh shit. So then we immediately started going into, oh shit, it's Trey Sermon's season. But then we started talking about the Raging Cajun. And you started talking about how you went to school with this dude and he's murder and he's hella dope. And I was like, oh shit, I had to go down the rabbit hole. And like, it's crazy because he was the guy to have in fantasy too. You know what I mean? Like, and we said it on the show. Just get the later one. That's because he was like a free agent, because like people were reaching for Sermon, and we all knew that Mostert was going to get hurt. So if you drafted Mitchell, you could have had him before that big flock of after his week 1. Everyone was flocking to the wire, blowing their fab budget. So I was just drafting all of them.
Right, yeah, be ahead of the curve. That's always the key. It's tough sometimes. You're like, it's honestly like I was thinking, well, y'all probably just use him for special teams or whatever. But he was obviously a great fit for that Shanahan system.
I said he was going to be the breeder role, but this guy has shown in college that he could carry a load. So you know what I mean?
Shanahan's what's crazy though? Like he didn't even have to carry a load in college, although the UL running back system is a really good system. The UL's produced a ton of really good running backs recently, as far as like they produced Eli Mitchell's definitely the best one, but they've had guys like go pro, which is pretty rare for a Sunbelt school like UL, where I went to school, UL here in Lafayette, where I'm from. The Raging Cajun, they had Elijah McGuire before Elijah Mitchell. And also
shout out to Raising Cane's.
Oh yeah, Raising Cane's giving money.
Raising Cane's giving money.
Right. And then we had Elijah McGuire, Raymond Calais, and then Elijah Mitchell and Trey Reid.
Elijah McGuire, bro. He was supposed to be a guy. But he ended up with the Jets.
I know, it sucked. Yeah, I was hyping him up, but Elijah Mitchell's been able to get the Cajuns on the map. He's killed it.
The Elijahs. Hey, listen, man, shout out to Elijah Mitchell. I won 4 out of my 5 titles this year. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a 5-time.
5-time. 5-timers club. I see you.
I thought he was going to hit the drop. I was waiting for it. Yes.
There we go. All right, boys. I'm getting yelled at, so I'm off the bounce here. But before
Derek.
I
thank you for coming on, brother.
Oh, I love you guys. I'm always happy to be here. It's a great time. I'm going to leave you with a stat. If you notice, Bogey, we had the great Andrew Wiley dialing on the app today from the facility, talking about
that was awesome.
Chiefs, the much maligned Kansas City Chiefs offensive line that took all that heat last year because Patrick Mahomes is under siege. Y'all are paying attention. Do you know who's tied for the number 1 pass block win rate in the league as a unit this year? It's the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Damn.
And all they need, apparently, is 13 seconds. So you got to create that damn.
And that's all he needs.
All he needs.
I hate Patrick Mahomes now. Because I just remembered we lost to him.
I know. All right, boys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Good show, man.
Nice meeting you, Derek.
See you later.
Yep. Man, shout out to Derek one more again, man. Hell of a
and
guy.
1 out and 1 back in.
Yeah, my brother-in-law showed up unexpectedly, but he brought pizza, so I ate some of that, and now I'm back.
There you go.
So
Gentlemen, grab me a beer. I'll be right back.
Right.
There you go. We keep it rolling around here, guys. That's just how we do it.
I'll be right back.
Everybody's got to be right back. All right. Well, what are we going to talk about, Peacock?
What do you want to talk about? We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Have we done any super draft chat? I think that would be a good time.
Yeah. So let's see. Well, we got basketball tomorrow. Man, I'm really excited about this weekend. Like, I mean, I wish they already had like the games up for this weekend. So
Yeah, I feel like
talk about those, but
I feel like I've already set my lineups in advance, as far as advance as they give you, which is typically like a day or whatever, day and a half.
Yeah, they only got up until well, actually, you know what? No, we do have they do have the conference championship.
They already have stuff for the weekend set.
Yeah, the
Nice.
cash games anyway. So at least we could look at it. But so like for the QBs, the multipliers, Mahomes is a 1.0 multiplier. Stafford's a 1.1. Burrow's a 1.2.
Okay.
Jimmy G's a 1.4.
Yeah, I feel Burrow's a good, probably a good one to go, with there. I think especially with Tyrann Mathieu out, if he presumably not practicing yet. I don't know what his issue was. It might have been concussion related. I didn't get a final report.
Concussion. Yeah.
It was early in the game too, so I think I heard it even on the satellite radio as I was driving from the liquor store or whatever the hell. It was re-upping in between games. But that one's interesting. I think with him out, Burrow could be a good play for a lineup. I have Mahomes in our fantasy Fantrax playoff degenerate league or whatever they were doing.
You at the top of that one, Peacock. Yeah, you're fighting it out for the title.
Yeah, I had a good week. Came out of nowhere, kind of. So we'll see how that plays out. Got to have still 2 more good weeks, right, to take it all home. But I think it's all pretty close up there towards the top.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, your team kind of fell apart there,
I made
Boogie.
peace with it.
You went with Rodgers, and then he pooped in your face.
The Rodgers great.
Stallion.
And the King Henry.
Yeah,
they killed you. They killed you.
You went high risk, I guess. With Henry, and then also
I wasn't drafting on mushrooms, bro. That was the problem.
Yeah.
See, my strategy. Yeah, my strategy was to. It was early in the day. It was like noon, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was playoff. It was right.
My strategy was to try to get teams that I liked that were already playing in the wild card because there's extended teams in there. Yeah, and you take the points now.
Chiefs were a perfect team. I should have taken Chiefs more. Chiefs.
I should have taken more Chiefs, obviously.
You're so smart. I'm like,
somebody took Kelsey and they sniped me, so I was like,
Smokey's got Kelsey.
He's the reigning champion.
Fornicator. Yeah, Fornicator's in second. Yeah, man, Fornicator might win again.
Him and Clock duked it out till the end.
Yeah, right now it's me, Peacock, and Fornicator duking it out. We're in the
at the moment, I'm currently in first place, but I'm going to be. That's a humble brag. Knock on wood. I don't know what I'm doing, and hopefully, I get the waivers I need.
It's fun as fuck. We got to do multiple of these next year.
Oh yeah, that thing was fun.
I'm gonna for $10. I'm gonna do like 20 of these next year.
Yeah, because I was hanging back in third place after week 1, and then Spencer's lineup blew up, and I texted him. I was like, "Man, your lineup blew up after Saturday, right?"
Yeah, Saturday, it really did. Yeah, because I had all the Bengals and 49ers.
And I
shot up the one. I was like, let's fucking go.
And I texted him right away. I was like, damn. And I was sitting back, I think at 5, coming into Sunday, and then all of a sudden, boom, that Gabe Davis waiver wire ad right before the game, along with my Mahomes and Tyreek stack with the late touchdown. There was a bomb there towards the end.
Wait, hold on. Gabe Davis was out there? No way.
Yeah, he was a free agent, man, before I picked him up in the second week.
Oh, yeah, after the waivers.
Gabe Davis give me money, man. I had him in my super draft. I did really well in super draft.
Yeah, me too. Give me money.
I finished 5th overall in the $500.
The Angel Gabriel.
I was like, I won $100 last month in the I guess you would say in the black, and I'm up 17 right now. But that's not. That's that's like breaking even, I guess, if I'm going to count the my $20 subscription. So
it's so much fun.
It is. It's great. I love it. I love it. The other day, my wife was looking at the statements, and she's like, I did. I put $100 in the account, and she's like, oh, nice. I was like, yeah, check that out.
There you go. Hell yeah. I know tomorrow's my lady's birthday, and it's funny because she's talking about, I need to schedule my lashes and blah. I'm like, I got it. Boom. Don't trip. Yes, give me the alley oop.
Yeah, it's always cool because it's like you have it set aside, and then it's bonus money.
Super draft.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Keeps things entertaining. Get on that super draft. Hit our links up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got one more game to go.
Oh yeah.
Spencer, break down the unders and overs and spreads isms on this
All right.
Chiefs game.
Let's do it. Yeah, I guess we'll start with the over under here. It was higher than in the Niner game. This one's a 54.5 over under. That's very high. They're thinking Mahomes and Burrow are gonna duke it out, and I see why they're thinking that. Vegas knows their shit. I normally agree with them because they know. I mean, they're the experts, and I know sometimes I'm like, man, and this is why I kind of disagree with them. Someone is the spread. The spread is 7 points in favor of the Chiefs. 7
A whole touchdown.
A whole tutty. Yeah,
They're thinking that.
Because that's where the bettors are probably on, like, to start. Like,
Yeah,
Bengals to the casual fan, I feel like are somewhere out of nowhere, but a lot of money's been going on the Chiefs the whole year, I'm sure.
Yeah, Vegas loves the Chiefs. Like Vegas lines with the Chiefs I'm always like, man, I wouldn't mess with that. I always feel
they're
like
peaking at the right time too, though. It's like,
they
oh
give the
man,
Chiefs too much love a lot of times. But man, for this one, it's
Take the
hard to bet
Bengals
against
right
them.
now while the line, if you guys are watching this out there in the entire
Before the line shifts.
universe, take that right now. Take the Bengals. You know what I'm saying?
plus
Because
7.
that line is gonna move.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
I think more of the money's gonna start going on the Bengals because that's just too much.
course.
And they beat the Chiefs earlier in the year.
This
I
is
mean,
Wednesday.
yeah,
Or in
exactly.
football terms, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like it's not Sunday, it's Sunday.
Right, yeah, because check this out with the money line. Bengals money line plus 280. Chiefs money line minus 350.
Give me money.
I mean, that's like
Take
geez,
it
man.
now.
It's so like I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
like a
know.
championship
Take the
game.
Bengals now. Why you have the why
Yeah,
Before the line shifts.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
it
the
probably
spread-
will close.
Yeah, the line for a championship game should not be that
Hey,
wide.
listen,
That
man.
seems outrageous.
You think
Joe
like
Burrow,
5.5, 5.5 or something, right? Or
Hey, Joe Burrow's
usually,
a
or
guy,
like
man.
closer to the field goal, like a 3.5 or some shit. Or
I think at a
But-
5.5, it could go down to that possibly.
but I'm saying, typically in closer games you see that. Like this game could
I
go
can
down
see
to
it go
5.5.
down to 5.5.
Yeah. So get it now because I mean, shoot, if the Chiefs would only win by 6, you'd still
I wonder
win.
what the line was when the Chiefs. First of all, the Chiefs are not a tale of two seasons at all. The Chiefs only had a bad October, which is like uncharacteristic because it was like
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times, my friend.
Right? It was like 4 weeks of that.
Yeah, we were wanting to write off Patrick Mahomes or that, or
Right?
write him off. Or they
No
were
pun intended.
pissed off. We
There
were
was
pissed
so
off
many
at
people
him.
like, I'm never drafting Patrick Mahomes like ever
Yeah.
again. Like,
What?
Right?
Dude, in my dynasty,
I was like,
honestly,
Patrick Mahomes now.
Honestly,
Yeah.
in my dynasty, he didn't really help in the playoff dip where I didn't make it past the semis. So I think that's also the week that Kelsey shit the bed, and I had some of that stack going on in some of my dynasties as well. So
It happens.
it does, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go freaking selling them.
Exactly.
Yeah, Pete Carroll did stay in Seattle, and it does worry me for Russell Wilson. So I did move on from Russell Wilson. I'm tired of getting burned by his ass.
Good
I'm tired
for
of. He's so mediocre too. Like you play him, sometimes he gives you 12 points, and it's you're like, damn you, and it's a super flex, and you sit him,
Because they
and he goes off for
wanna
30.
run.
Yeah. So,
You know
anyways,
what's
I did my
so
thing, and I got
crazy?
rid of him. I just didn't want him on my damn team.
You know what was dope about these run first offenses, or not? What's dope is like what's not dope is like you really got to be Aaron Rodgers to be on like in these run first offenses because that's what Russell Wilson.
Yeah, look at Tannehill, man. Shit.
Exactly, like because Aaron
Ugh.
Rodgers was fantasy viable in a run first offense for real.
He was who we thought he was,
Run
right?
opens it
I
up.
guess with Tannehill, or was that just the thing? Like Henry was
No.
injured.
No,
Or it's
there's
just
too
that
many-
Henry was
there's too
injured.
many variables, and
He
there.
threw 3 picks this last game, and Henry was back. I mean, I don't know. The run game still worked when
Okay.
Henry was gone.
Okay, this is great right here because on Spencer's show, the debut of Spencer's show,
Yeah.
I was on that joint. I said, if I'm the Titans, and I have Derrick Henry back. You know what I'm
Excuse me.
gonna do? The first fucking play of the game, play action.
Play action
And he fucking did it for a pick. And I texted Spencer. I was like,
for a pick. Because he has to have him fooled, and the guy needs to be wide open because Tannehill's not going to put it right on somebody.
Yeah, fucking Tannehill.
Not deep.
Load in the box.
It needs to be an intermediate throw that one of these big body receivers, tight ends, or running backs breaks for a long one, or Tannehill himself, takes off on a long run.
Yeah,
they're not. He can't. His downfield accuracy, I don't know if it's that great, to be honest.
I'll tell you what. If it wasn't for AJ Brown, Ryan Tannehill, there'd be questions if he should be released. Because if it wasn't for AJ Brown bailing him out, he's not it, man.
Gave him the big old bag because
that's what I'm saying. They're stuck with him.
Some of the highest QBRs and shit.
That was a pretty bad performance, if
Yeah, it was terrible.
Well, yeah, what it was.
Okay, but hold on here. Let's go back to Tannehill's playoff performances, actually. Like, for real, right?
His best playoff performances are like him throwing like the ball 10 times or less.
Okay.
And him running off or breaking off a big run for a touchdown.
Derrick Henry. Against they beat the Patriots up in a wild card match.
Let me play quarterback for the Titans.
Hey, he would throw every game against the fucking Texans.
No, well, yeah, I mean, just those, but other than that,
yeah, you would because
I've been pretty solid. The call has been made. Yeah, definitely not getting any trials.
I know.
Raybo would be like, I don't like this short guy.
Oh shit. All right, so check us out. Hold on. Tannehill, so they beat up on the Patriots. Remember that? And then Tommy got 6 to end the game.
I think that's a Vrabel thing, though.
A lot of Derrick Henry, a lot of good coaching, a lot of good defense.
Good special teams.
Tannehill did throw one touchdown. I think it was like Ferkser or whatever it was. Then they played the Ravens coming off the bye week, right? And the first
I remember that meltdown.
It's like Derrick Henry in the motherfucker, right? And then Derrick Henry in a Wildcat. And then he throws a fucking touchdown to Ferkser. Right? Am I remembering?
I think you're correct. That one, and they lose that game though, right?
And then they're kicking ass against the Chiefs, and then Mahomes comes back, right? And then look at then last year against the Ravens. The Ravens was the Bills. The Bills was who knocked up.
I thought the Ravens beat them a couple of years ago.
No,
was I imagining that they beat the Ravens?
The 2019.
They knocked the Ravens out. I'm pretty sure
they went and done the Ravens, and then
the Chiefs that knocked them out, man.
And the Chiefs knocked them out in the next one. The Chiefs came back and beat everybody that season. The Chiefs are losing in every single playoff game. That's it. Bring it up.
2 years.
They did it to the Texans.
They lost to the Ravens last year. That's what it was. They lost to the Ravens last year.
That was 2018. So the year that the year they had all the comebacks, I think. Oh no, you're right, 19.
Oh, 2019.
Yeah, you're right. It was 19.
Right. Yeah, they didn't make
2019 season because they were down. They were down against the Texans multiple possessions.
24-0.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs
in the second quarter.
No, it was the first quarter going into the second quarter, and then when the second quarter started, the Chiefs had the ball in their first possession, and then the whole thing flipped.
They scored, and then they muffed the punt.
They scored. They muffed the punt. They scored again. They muffed the kickoff. Or they fumbled the kickoff. They scored again. The Texans were driving. They went for it on fourth down. Gave the Chiefs a short field. Lost it. We were trailing at halftime.
You know that. You know what's crazy?
Lost 52-36 or some shit.
That game. Here's a cool stat.
51-36.
That game, the Chiefs have been the highest scoring team in the second quarter.
They're ridiculous, dude. They put up 42 points this last week.
It's fucking nuts.
It would have been 142-136 if we just give it the college overtime rules, baby. Let's do it. I've been meaning to say this. What we should do to fix this overtime shit, we gotta do it. We gotta do it World Cup style, baby. So the overtime goes, and it's the flip happens, and each side you screw the extra possessions. Screw the extra possessions already, and another team gets another offensive, blah, blah, blah. You had a whole 4 quarters to do that shit. All right, guys. special teams. You line up your kicker, and we're gonna do it. You start at the 20, like start at the extra point, right? And that you get 3 kicks, right? And you have the whole field goal team line up. You block that shit. That's whatever the score is. And it's let's say your kicker makes all 3, and then the next team goes, and you line up and you kick against the win or into the win, the same side of the field, so it's fair, right? And then you see if they're both 3 for 3. If they're both 3 for 3, you move that shit back 10 yards, and now you're only doing
way too much kicker action for me.
It doesn't matter, dude. The game it'll go by that much faster. It'll go by that much faster, and you don't have to worry about fairness and defenses and blah blah blah.
Because I don't like that because imagine this.
It's a shootout.
Bills Chiefs game, just like we did, right? Say, imagine these rules exist, right? We see that Bills Chiefs game, and they're like, "Yes, we're going into overtime."
Bring out Tyler Bass and Harrison Butker. No one
exactly.
No one would want to see that. They want to see the Stallion be Mahomes.
Well, then why do we even do it then at the end of the game? Like sometimes, why even bring out the kickers? Don't even bring out the kickers.
Maybe how about this? I got this as a compromise. How about this? If the overtime period is tied, then you could try that rather than having games end in a tie. They do that in soccer. Like they have the extra time, and then if no one can score in the extra time, then they'll do the
end the game
or whatever.
End the game and look at which team penetrated the other team's defense the most. How many times did they get into the red zone or whatever more than the other team? Or who has more total yards? Why even play the extra time? These guys are going to risk themselves getting hurt in the playoffs for extra time, super fatigued and shit like that. Just end the game and go to the rule book and be like, well, it looks like the Chiefs won because they had 100 more, yards of offense versus these guys, and they got into the red zone 2 more times. The offense was just clearly better, and the score didn't reflect it. And then you can go to a tiebreaker from there, and you look at turnovers.
Hold on. Let's have fun with
I
this.
just feel like the fans would riot. The losing team would riot.
It would be like it would be all red. It would be 5 red zone. Is that too much? Yeah, 5 red zone, 3. 4 downs, right? So you get 4 downs.
It's like college. It's like college rules.
Oh, is that what college?
Yeah, college and high school does that. You know what I mean?
That was the mushrooms telling me on
But they do that, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, and it's like, you know what, we're not going to do any more overtimes. We're just going to it's a regular season game, and they don't have.
I was drawn from the source field for real. I was like,
well, that's why I mentioned. That's why I brought it up. My dad lost a playoff game in 1974 because they went into possessions. Who had more red zone possessions, and they lost to the eventual state champions. And he's all pissed. So I never stops talking about it.
Hey, we're shooting motherfuckers after that. Fuck that shit. You're the champions, but you're dead now.
I think there's like the 1968 Donna High School,
the dead zone,
the Donna Redskins or some shit. 16 AAA or AA or some small ass.
I'd be mad as fuck if I lost like that.
Never stops talking about it.
Nigel in the building. What up, bro? Good looking on the super chat. Said shout out to the 420 crew.
Yeah. I should have done that when people were here and I took a break, but oh well.
We're gonna like it. We're gonna like it.
That game, so we were the Chiefs. Yeah, that's a crazy line. Cash in on that. I think that's where we were at when we were really talking about the game.
No, I'm saying for Gambling America, you know what I'm doing is I'm taking the Bengals. Right now,
the points, right?
With the points.
Give me the Bengals the points right now at 7.
Yeah.
For my sanity, I'm cheering for the Bengals, but for my fantasy purposes, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Well, and let's get betting aside. Like, who do we think actually wins this game? I think the Chiefs are going to still pull it off.
Yeah, I think they'll pull away late in the fourth quarter, and that's why Vegas has it the way they have it right now.
Okay, this is why I say it, because
the defense or the offensive line for the Bengals.
Well, mainly because they already faced them one time, right?
And they lost.
Yeah, they lost. But I'm saying though, the fact that they faced them is like it's like the left hook's coming this time. You know what I mean? Where you're like, damn, that motherfucker hit me like he was jabbing me with the left all day, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like you have to come out. How about this? This is a fun fact right here.
What about the emotions? What about the downswing of the game from just a couple of nights ago in an overtime game?
Hold on.
They had to play extra.
Everybody loves that Rams Chiefs Monday night thriller, right? You know who was the OC? Motherfucking what's his name, bruh? Zach Taylor, bruh.
Taylor, yep.
You know
Give me
what
the
I mean?
Bengals to win this damn
And
game
they
anyway.
shot it out. They shot it out
Couldn't
with
get a beer.
Mahomes. Didn't they shoot it out with Mahomes last time, right? They shot it
Yeah.
all the way out with Mahomes.
Exactly.
bro.
Yeah, Chase went off again. They had just blew up the Ravens, and then they
You know what I'm saying?
lit up the Chiefs the next week. Yeah, they lit up the
I'm
goddamn-
taking the Chiefs because home field is a motherfucker. That stadium.
Yeah, it's hard
is a
to win in
motherfucker.
Arrowhead. Yeah.
Arrowhead is deafening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was literally built to magnify and reverberate sound.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I wonder how cancel culture is going to be after them at some point. They are going after the Atlanta Braves, but but they haven't really messed with the Chiefs. So the Chiefs, they're gonna keep doing.
You know
that
why?
as
Because
long as
Patrick
they can.
Mahomes is black, and if you want to mess with that, then you're hating now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. That helps that
That
he's
shit
the
is
face of
awesome
the
anyway.
team. Yeah, I'll fuck with it. Yeah, like Florida State still does it. Yeah. So yeah, they I don't know. I think the Chiefs win it. It's just some more. Burrow he's tough. It's gonna be a great game. So I take the Bengals to cover. I think the Bengals won by a field goal last time. I think the Chiefs win by a field goal this time.
I think the real question is the under over because I like to parlay things. Like when I really feel
For sure. Yeah, it's
but I would
tough to
say-
know.
That's got to hit the over. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I know that
I'd probably
Let's
just take the
go.
over. I'd take the
gotta
over.
be
Let's
right.
shoot
Like,
it out.
and that's what we want to see too. I mean, we want to see it like a shootout, like we saw last week. You know?
Yeah. We know that's what
You
want to
know what's going to be new for Mighty Joe Young is like I hope they have these motherfucking silent what do they call it? Silent signals. Was somebody saying that? I'm fucking this up.
silent counts.
Silent counts.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right? They better have this thing down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Gotta be loud.
Yeah. Another. I've got a theory about goddamn Andy Reid. I'm starting to think he may have stole Belichick's stuff.
No. He wields
that's-
the dark side of the force.
Oh yeah, Andy Reid.
There's been a swing in the balance of the force.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so
man.
because he had been
He's the
Belichick would always like get it, and
Andy Reid
would
drops his dark
always-
side force from the cheeseburgers.
Yeah, he finally gave in. All those years he would be
He makes
the
everybody eat
lovable
cheeseburgers,
loser,
you know
and
that?
now he's like, "Fuck this! I'm getting mine. I'm
I'm living forever.
yes, I'm getting my shit. Cheeseburgers. These are gonna be. So you're gonna turn
Hey,
these fucking burgers
his
into
animal
Lombardi
spirit is
trophies. We're gonna turn these fucking burgers. It's a
That
ring.
His
He's gonna
animal
go
spirit
forever.
is walrus.
Exactly. Yeah, he's gonna keep that motherfucker. He's gonna want to keep
Yeah, fucking-
coaching as long as Mahomes is the quarterback. Like he's gonna, as long as for the next 10, 15 years, Andy Reid's old ass is gonna be there with him. That
Hey,
motherfucker.
Hey, listen, bro. He's
He's gonna want to catch Belichick.
Hey, you know what's crazy? This is a real thing. Being desensitized to certain situations is the real thing. You know what I mean? Allegedly, you know what I'm saying, might be riding several keys of coke, and you're just smooth as fuck. You're not even sweating. You know what I mean? Not even just like earlier we're talking about Tom Brady. He takes his helmet off, his hair still looks good. He's probably not sweating. That really hit me like a ton of bricks when you.
His hair looks dyed, or he has like some matte paste in there before he goes into the game. Like it's already styled. It's real
It's
really straight.
There to keep it
weird.
the way, and then maybe he even fixes it again in halftime, whatever the case may be. Not sweating at all.
It looks very
would
Zoolander-ish
keep
almost
it-
now.
Not sweating at all would keep it together, right? Because and when you know what I mean by sweat, because
Well, I think he has a lot of paste in there that the sweat just doesn't like come out. It's
Well,
trapped.
I know sweat from exertion, but I mean sweat from not tripping. You know what I mean? That's what I was
Yeah.
saying earlier on the show.
Yeah, I got you.
Like he's not sweating, bruh. Like you,
in either form, physically or
like I'm a lyricist, so everything's double-edged sword.
right. Yeah.
Because that's because that always boggled my
You're
mind.
a poet.
Looked like he was sweating pretty good right here.
Hell yeah.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
Well, he's not getting drunk on a
That's what I
boat.
was saying. The
See,
only
see
time
what
he
I'm
sweats
talking
is against my Saints. We're the only people that can make him sweat.
Yeah, regular season Saints it's the kryptonite.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, it was like saying he's not getting drunk on a boat. I think I'm gonna do some art on the good old website there for football, and I'm gonna put like, you know, instead of Tom Brady's face though, like getting carried out, like, you know, I'll do a different face, or I'll make him like stoned, or put a joint in his hand, or do something
Yeah,
cool, and
this
I'll
year,
put that on a T-shirt for you guys, and you guys can purchase those
Hey,
from the shop.
hey,
I meant to mention
do
earlier.
shit like that.
Yeah, that unfortunately where I'm at, they're upping the price on like all the products by like $2. So T-shirts aren't $15; they'll be like 17.
Hey, bro,
Oh, man.
listen,
I'll go get it.
and
That
the
already
cock
sounds too cheap
tax,
for the type of work you do.
and the cock tax. It's going for
Yeah. Yeah, the website, you know, produces the product for me, and they manufacture it, and they take all the bulk of that, and I get a decent cut for my artwork. So yeah, I don't get all the whole $17, but it's a good portion of it. I won't let you know what that is.
I'm gonna go I gotta buy some stuff.
I ordered some just so I can test it out. It should be arriving soon. That way I can be like, oh, I like the quality, or I'll let people know, like, hey, order this or that.
See, I don't know where to hang that flag joint at. Hey, and it's
Bust it out. I haven't even seen it. How did it come packaged? Was it all good? Like, did everything come okay? Like, how did that work? I'm kind of curious because I haven't ordered any of my own stuff, because obviously I have the originals behind me and everything, like some of the artwork, and the digital stuff's like it's already on the website or whatever. But suicide minus the shot.
What are we talking about there?
Yeah, I the only suicides I know is like you go to the 7-Eleven and you take every imaginable drink and you put it into one, and they're like, you can't do that. I actually shout out to my homeboy Chris right here down the street at the Stripes. He will let me do that shit.
Yeah,
he's cool. Oh, that looks dope.
Right here.
You have it upside down, but that looks cool.
Like, I remember, so when I opened the joint, and then I was like, that's dope. And I remember my girl's like, that shit looks crazy. And then and I swear to God, this was like my good luck charm in my fantasy playoffs.
Nice.
Because my girl, she
sick.
was like, take that shit down, because I had it in like the hallway, right? The little stairway. And I was like, man, but it was weird because I was like, it just felt the good vibes, and I won all the titles.
Nice. Well, I hope, or I'm glad it was like your little totem.
Yeah,
your little...
but I don't know where to hang it in here, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's all gravy. Go find a place or wrap it around something and find.
Hey,
Like, put it.
Trippy as fuck when you're on shrooms.
Yeah, that's why I sent it to you.
Even when I move it around like this, whoa.
Put that next to like a black light, or something that makes it glow.
She was like, that's gonna scare the kids. I was like, no, we gotta leave it because I'm winning.
Right.
I'd be like,
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
And I know I gave you a little Moon Man, 8x10 or 13x15 or whatever, but yeah. Appreciate
your artwork is fucking super dope.
Yeah,
building. What up, bro? Let's get ready to smoke up those trees.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was actually hand drawn. So the one that you got there, and that was on a canvas, and then I scanned that, and then I put it on a background that I did.
Shit, you feel me? Hey man, it's a lost art. You know what I mean? It's also another art, obviously, that people gotta do that shit digitally all day. But even like, I'm just saying, though, you know what I mean? It's just
there's some people where you can just like grab free images and layer them on top of other things and be a digital artist, right? Or work with typography or things like that. But I think that you still have to have some sort of basic art knowledge.
Where I'm like, I want a joint where I'm like in a bowling alley, right? And I'm throwing the ball between my legs for a strike because that was my signature maneuver, right? I'm gonna send you some Bitmojis of me. I want that, and that's gonna be my album cover.
Cool, sweet. We used to go bowling every Wednesday night and every Saturday night at a local joint, like maybe like 10 minutes from my old place when my wife and I were first dating. And the beer was cheap and the games were cheap.
Hell
And
yeah.
you know, you could just
Sounds
do
like
like
a good time.
you could pay by the hour. Yeah.
Hey,
And we
real
had
talk, hey,
we had
bro. That's how we started too, going bowling, bro. Hey, bowling.
yeah, we had this shit
Like,
where it
bowl
was
to give
like
me money.
if you bowl a gutter ball, like everybody who was in the party, like let's say there was 4 to 6 or 8 of us, right? You have to buy a beer or a shot or whatever for everybody, and they all have to drink it right before we start the next, you know, we bowl the next one or whatever.
Is that what they call it?
So yeah, so you know, a lot of amateurs would go with us, and we would get wasted.
There it is.
We would get wasted for the cheap because they were buying us drinks. And we used to go every Wednesday and Saturday. So me, my roommate, and actually me and my 2 roommates at the time, like we were good.
You'd be a horrible bowler on purpose.
No, we were good, and then every now and then, like you know, the drinks would kick in, and we'd get some gutter balls trying to mess around, do some stuff, you know, bowl backwards, bowl left-handed.
And when bowling, hey, I used to do this thing, right? So I loved like 6-pounders, and I would throw that.
Oh, that's light.
Underhanded.
That's
and
the
I want
lightest they
that
got.
That bitch is gonna land. Yeah, and sometimes hold on, I'm gonna get to it. And that bitch would land like 3-4 feet in front of the chick. Right? And then I started mastering the art. See, my girl will vouch for this. Then I started mastering the art of like the 8-pounders. And now I'm hitting that motherfucker. Just, you know, first of all, I don't wear the shoes, so I got run. And I get a running start. So I run, I stop, I release. You know what I'm saying?
I'm very traditional, like 2-3 steps with a little fall through. I used to put my fingers in the hole and stuff, and now I like after I had bicep surgery a couple of years ago, now it's just like a 2-handed kind of like.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
A little,
boy
I
shoots
should
like
like
that.
bowl
Yeah.
now.
a little. You do a
I
little this.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
put 2 in the pink, not 1 in the stink. So literally,
Just 2 in the hang.
just 2
Yeah.
fingers, and it's literally just like all spin. It's like crazy hook
Yeah,
action.
he's a curver, motherfucker. I bet you guys hella power too. See me, I'm getting that.
You're a ringer.
I'm about
I could see you.
trajectory.
I could see you killing it in the bowling alley for some reason, Hustler.
When I was in
with
college,
the hat too.
That's why.
when I was in college, we had to take some kind of like sports class, and there was a bowling class on there. I was like, man, it would be dope to take a bowling class. Let's do it.
Actually, I'm like, even at San Jose State, they have bowling over there. So yeah, that is
That's
awesome.
cool.
Just
That's
bowling
cool.
all day, bro. It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
that's super cool.
Yeah, I need to
I
get back
love
into
bowling.
bowling, man. I fuck with bowling.
And
It's been a minute
dining-
since
and,
I
like,
went.
There's one right here down the street from my house too. Like
Awesome.
people go, like they would have rock and bowl on Friday nights, and they turn the lights out, and it's all like black
Yeah,
light,
it's
you
all
know.
neon and shit.
Yeah, you got to go get in
bowling
line and free
on
play for.
bowling.
Yeah, give me money, rock and bowl.
Yeah.
Had a-
Yeah, they got a place in down there. They have a place called Rock and Bowl in downtown Lafayette. That's pretty dope. Last time I went there, I got trash. Pooh,
It's
yeah.
gotta
I was
Mhm.
hammered, bro.
It's gotta
Yeah.
be the same spot.
Throwing a lot of gutter balls that night.
That's what I'm saying. Then you play that game that I'm telling you about. Woo!
Oh, I'd have
kid.
been buying everybody drinks
Well,
that night.
Well, you get one for yourself too, though. You
Yeah,
know. So
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
I miss
yeah.
bowling, man. And my kids love bowling too. And
We-
you know what?
the-
Like, they got
The dog
little
groomers
slide
is right across the
cannon.
street. So I was like, I saw it the other day. I was like, we gotta go bowling. I had cards and certificates. Like I didn't even use them. I think they
They got these
expired.
motherfucking slide joints for the kids now. You put the fucking cannonball in the joint.
Oh yeah, and it just goes
slide
down.
the shit.
Just slides
That shit
out.
Awesome.
I need that for my 3-year-old.
Yeah,
The
and
bump-
you
the
can put
bumper
bumpers
stuff.
on too. So
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bumper stuff for the
exactly. So they
toddlers.
hit-
double
They're
action.
hitting pay dirt, bruh.
Bowling 200s.
You know why bowling's dope? Because it's destruction. But how do you want to destruct? With like mayhem or with finesse, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just boom, picking up spares isn't like
Yeah,
Hey,
picking
listen,
up spares is
I picked
underrated
up-
art. Like you gotta
It's
be
hard
really- yeah, it's
sometimes.
it
hard.
wasn't
It's
a
harder than it
second
looks.
gen sport.
I'm better on the Wii U
It
bowling
wasn't a-
or the
Oh,
Wii
yeah,
bowling.
Wii. Yeah, well, yeah, I used to fuck with the Wii bowl.
Hey, the Wii
We
joint
still do it.
shit.
We still do it
I hit
all the
Yeah, I
time
need
as
to
a
get
family.
my
On the
Wii
Wii
hooked
joint,
back up,
for
man.
sure.
I fuck with that shit.
That shit,
man.
all you have to do is curl.
Blow the dust
hit
off
the
it.
other
You're
side
good.
and
Oh,
bring
yeah.
The
it
batteries in the
back.
remote. Let's go.
Oh yeah, man. I have my new TV out there. I need to hook that shit up.
There you go. Outside when you have guests over, like in between, like halftime. Hey, you guys want to bowl a couple of frames real quick? You know, do a challenge. You know, whatever the fuck.
Fucking right. It's like
I need to
10
know this
years
now. Hold
I
on.
did that shit.
So, what is a bowling class like? I need to know this. Like, what
No,
do
it was
they-
literally just like being in like a bowling league. That was really what it was. And so to get an A in the class, your average had to be higher when you finished the season than it was when you started.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll throw. Oh, that's I'll throw
And my
better.
team ended up winning, and it was because so me and my buddy we didn't we got into the class
Like,
together.
we're gonna throw this shit in the beginning. Like,
No,
we're
neither one of us were good. We both sucked. Like neither one of us.
It's like we need to
being-
really try to be better now.
It was really high this time and
No, I mean just like anything. Like you start doing something every week, you just get better at it. So we
Yeah.
just got better.
repetition.
Figured out our stroke. You know, it's
I know.
really
I
what
just
it
started
was.
running again, and it's like, oh wow, like I did that today. Cool.
There
I would have
was
struggled 2 weeks ago.
Hey, there's such thing as a running high though. Dude, you start getting them endorphins, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's a trip. The other day, like I went all
You're
day, and
running
I didn't have to do nothing. Yeah, I was like, I got home, and I was like, I have a little headache coming on. I was like, oh, I haven't smoked all
We're
day.
running
Duh.
place. All right, continue, hustler.
Sorry.
It was the shit though. And so there was actually one guy who was in the class that we knew from high school, kind of a nerdy guy, but I guess he was really into bowling, and we needed 3 on the team. So since we knew him, we got on a team with him. He ended up being the ringer, the one who was like one of the best in the class.
Did he have like? Was he like a technique guy? Like, you know, or like?
Yeah, he was the sleeper. I mean, you know, we didn't know that he was good or anything. And comes out, and his average was like already close to 200 points and shit.
Nice.
And, like,
Yeah, I think I can go out there and like it's been a minute, but like I could bowl like I think I would hit consistently between like 175 to like 190. You know, but I wasn't anything.
because
I wasn't anything.
You get the
ridiculously
handicap
good.
also. So the first 2 weeks is when you establish your average. Whatever your average is, it's like the handicap is between whatever your average is and 200. I believe
Yeah.
the number is.
Like in Wii bowling, I'm like a 240, 220, 240 guy.
Yeah, I used to be really good at that shit.
I'm really good in Wii bowling.
Yeah. Fuck
The
yeah.
15-pounder curve the fuck. I just.
Oh, I'd probably break my forearm right now with my curve.
All right. I guess we're starting a bowling league. JC Money said a bowling class sounds dope. He said, no joke. I got 4 bowling balls.
Yeah, we really need to do a bowling.
I swear to God, he does. Jesus
Christ,
Christ.
Why?
Listen, I want to be in a bowling league with Jesus Christ, bro.
And Zeb said we got and bowling flames button shirts. There you go.
It's like, yeah, I think I use like between a 9 to an
I wanna wear the
11 pound
shirts
bowling
from
ball.
that Homer Simpson wore.
Oh,
With all-
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? With them with their heads on the pins. You
Yeah.
know what? We'll do that with our heads on the pins. There you go.
I got some shirts that already look like bowling shirts. Yeah, I could do that.
I would wear bowling shirt looking shirts. I swear to God, I would. And my girl would be like, "What are you in a bowling league?"
Yeah.
Or you just think they're Charlie fucking Sheen.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I got some Charlie Sheen looking shirts already in my closet.
You're like, what the
They're
fuck
like
are you
Kramer looking
bowling?
things going on in there. Like I try not to wear those too often.
Oh shit!
Like
I
we
do
took
remember-
pictures. We went out and I
It's funny,
wore
my
one
girl
time. We
would
took
make me
pictures.
go,
Did not look good.
She'll be right down like, I was gonna go bowling.
I remember our team name was the Burning Bowls, and we were just high as hell every time.
Yeah, that's good. He just gave it to y'all. It was just right there for the
Yeah.
taking. Like,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
burning
The
balls.
the rolling bowlers or something.
Every time you hit a strike, you go. You act like you're hitting you're pulling the gun out.
My claim to fame, there was one time where I was like whoever the last bowler, and it came down to the 10th frame. I'm the last bowler, and we're down by like 20 something pins. Literally needed to bowl the 3 strikes in a row. And
Yeah, I was gonna say you get the
I don't know if I
strikes.
could
And,
have-
Big turkey action.
I don't know if I could ever do that again. That shit was pretty insane, though. I was
and then
locked
when
know
they
what,
call it,
though?
then it's like
I
a
did a
double
turkey.
turkey, then a triple, and then it's like a
daughter hit
5th.
turkey.
or
on the 10th
something.
frame, though.
It was fucking no. I mean,
That's
no,
the
no,
hardest
no,
one.
no,
Is on the 10th
Yeah,
frame.
that's like
Yeah.
ridiculous because it's pressure already. Like it's hard enough to get a strike,
That's
and
awesome.
then to get one on the 10th frame is like the best. It's the best feeling.
I definitely missed that part of the story.
It's like yeah, sex is cool, but have
I
you
was
ever had a
like,
strike on the 10th frame?
Damn, I didn't know that. That's a championship round right there. That's the frame. It's the frame.
Mhm. Yeah. My claim to fame in bowling. One time I had a game where I strung a 4 together, and I was like,
Nice.
okay, like, and I was like in middle school too. I was pretty young. I wasn't that good, but I went on a hot streak. I had a series. I had a 171 and a 186.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's good for middle school.
Fire that day. Yeah, I won.
That's like what I go. That's what I go do right now. Like, and that's me trying. You know.
Yeah, I took
was
the
in the
goddamn
fourth grade.
high series and shit. I won like a trophy for that. I was stoked.
Instead of catch me rolling, he said catch me bowling, Zeb. They hate
Oh
him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
bowl out.
It's just fucking. First of all, hold on. I gotta.
This is the bowling show, dude. All of a sudden.
yeah,
Turned into a bowling
podcast. Yeah.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
like
wrong with bowling.
There's this joint
On my
called
show last week,
300.
we
Have
almost
you-
turned into
no,
a music show.
have you-
Just
have you
talking
seen-
about the Beatles.
Have you seen that dude who was like in the PBA and like he wins the championship and he's like, yeah, and he's all pumped up and he starts
that's the
yelling at
dude-
the crowd.
Pete
He's like,
Weber,
you,
yeah, Pete
you know who I.
Yeah, that's him.
Isn't that the guy who did like the DX
Oh,
suck
no.
it like on the?
Yeah, that dude
Hold
gets
on, we gotta
insane.
pull this up.
Yeah,
Pete
we could
Weber,
probably play
Pete
that.
Weber, that
Oh, yeah,
motherfucker.
we can pull
nuts,
that up
man.
for sure.
His dad was a good bowler too.
the
Dick
PBA,
Weber.
the Professional Bowling Association.
Yeah, he has like the most iconic line.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
he's
ruin.
the most notorious PBA. He's like a WWE guy as a bowler. He's
For
like
sure.
always talking shit.
This
This
Why am
dude's
I not
tight,
aware
man.
of this guy?
Pete
I was about
Weber,
to-
man. He
Hold
wears
on, I just-
The
sunglasses.
7-10 split.
Yeah, he
I
fuck
love
with
it.
him, but he wears sunglasses every match.
Oh, he's dope.
Oh yeah, he's a bad.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find him here. Well, I
Yeah.
found him, but I gotta find the.
He's
Yeah,
like,
the
I
clip,
am, or what is it?
Yeah, so, you know, I am. Yeah, he's that thing got so into
Yeah,
it.
search I am a bowler, and then something should pop up.
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
He, like, asked him-
bowler.
He like basically he's like it's a rhetorical question almost to the crowd, but then he answers it.
It's like I am Luigi.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Tell me, it's the exact same shit.
it's pretty much He's like, you know who I am? I am.
Yeah.
Whatever. What does he say?
Luigi. What?
He doesn't ask like who the best. He frames it like it's so
What?
crazy. He's in such a pumped up
What?
mode. It's like the thrill of the moment. Like
I'm trying to find it because I know he did the DX suck it like somewhere, like along the line. I mean, he did
I'm
not
sure he
like
did.
not the
Hey, I do
chop,
wanna
but he
say
just
real quick,
just like
why
that.
why you find that, right? I want to say, fucking this bowling alley that we always frequent for hell, like a decade plus, bruh. Maybe even longer, like 2 decades, bruh. This one boy, they had these fire ass crab cakes, bruh. Like, I almost
Crab
wanted to
cakes
go
in the bowling
bowling
alley?
now. Crab cakes, so delicious, bruh. This
This bowling alley that we go to has an arcade, and then it has like
Oh yeah.
a pool hall called the Last Pocket.
Oh yeah, they
every-
all, yeah, hell yeah. There you go.
I found it. Hold on. We're
This is good television. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us right now.
Yeah,
'cause,
this
you know,
guy's a legend.
this is with the Playmakers shows. We just get loaded and we talk shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
yeah,
we-
And we covered all the things
bowling.
we needed to
But
cover.
yeah, we say we exhausted the football talk. So
And we
Now
went
it's on
the
the
first
bowling.
hour before we even got to the games. I love it.
and look at this. JC Money don't play around. He said 235 is my best score.
oh shit.
I know I've
Jesus
eclipsed
Christ.
200 a handful of
Christ,
times.
bruh. He'll be like, let's turn this spare to wine.
I think
Remember
that was like
there was on The Simpsons.
202, 205, like my best score. I don't remember what it was.
Hey, remember? Homer wasn't even tripping though. You know what I'm saying? Homer is that. Look at how ahead of the time where they were, because remember the dude that had his later on. The dude that had his shirts. Remember that he was the gay dude that owned the store.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Huh?
Yep. That
Remember
just
there was
rocked
the-
it. Yeah, he bought it out of like a novel, like a vintage
like,
store.
yeah.
I can't remember what they said, flea market.
So they
or
were like
something
gonna go
that.
shoot deer or something with Bart. There was an episode. Do I have this right? Remember that?
Yeah,
I don't know. I have it at my disposal. I have Disney Plus. I can just go back and watch one of those. And
yeah. You got to go look at
Like
the one
they
where.
were Fox.
there's so many episodes.
And they're
Yep.
about to cross. Okay, no, go ahead. Where
right.
were we on?
Yeah.
Here we go. So there we don't need. Well, let me see. I don't even know if there is any volume.
Yeah, there's one though with audio where he's like, I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, I found it actually. Yeah.
So
God damn it, I did it. Who do you think you are? I am.
Okay,
Who
hold
do you
on.
think you are? I am. There you go.
I have to start the crotch chop. Here's this one though. Let me see. And get the sound out.
Yeah, here it is. Yep.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am.
That's right. I did it.
Oh, hey, you know what's funny? I think
Crazy.
I know that is. Now that I saw that,
Because
I
that
know
was
what
on
that
like a Sports Center or like ESPN commercial or something,
I
you
know
know, where
it is.
they feed
What is
into
it
like
on?
something.
I am. Oh, that's so awesome, man. To be that confident, to be like, I'm gonna just whip your ass. But like me doing my thing, but I'm whipping your ass.
Damn.
You know, it's an individual sport. Like it's not like physically like boxing against anybody. It's like him just, you know, being ready to go and saying, I'm gonna get this strike. I know I can. Who's the best? Me, baby.
It must
I
take so
love
many
it.
damn reps for them to get so good, you know, where they're hitting, I mean, 250
Oh,
plus,
dude.
whatever the hell they hit.
Mesmerizing to see that. I think it's 280 plus the most of those guys,
Yeah.
but like to see the way that ball just travels.
Yeah, and
The
they have
torque
oil
on it.
patterns on the lanes. Like if they would just go to a regular bowling alley, they'd get perfect scores every time.
Oh, yeah.
Hey man,
It's crazy.
Kingpin.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, 300 here, easy, no
Have
problem.
you seen
Yeah.
Kingpin? Spencer?
Oh, yeah.
Kingpin? Oh yeah, classic.
I haven't actually. I
What?
need to put it on my
No,
list.
this is why I asked.
My favorite part's when he's
Spencer,
punching her
because
boob.
I posted this guy. You have to watch this. It's a great.
Okay, I'll
bowling
put it on
movie.
my list.
Zeb put it out there. Kingpin, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
Woody
it's awesome.
Harrelson and Bill Murray, man. Like,
Did he say that earlier?
And what's his
he
face?
said that, what was this? Yeah, about 6 minutes ago.
Oh my god, that's tight. Because I didn't read the comments. So yeah,
Nah, it's a great movie. And what's the other dude? The dude from Dumb and Dumber.
Fucking love it.
Randy. Well, it's Randy
Oh no!
Quaid.
Oh, it's Randy Quaid. You're right. Never mind.
Yeah, it's Randy Quaid.
But he looks like
But he looks like him.
brother of Jeff Daniels, right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
definitely looks like Jeff Daniels' cousin in that movie. That's for sure.
It's like
'Cause
his
he's
big
Amish.
obese it's like his big like country fed cousin.
Man, my favorite part in that movie is when they're in the convertible and like they're drinking or something and they're gonna like pass it to him and he's like on the back like sitting on top of the seat and he's like no. Then he pulls out this like 4-foot bong and starts hitting it.
He's like in the restaurant, or not in the restaurant. So he's like they're in the hotel and he's flossing, and like big old chunks of meat are like hitting the mirror. They're like
Because he's never flossed before.
meatball size.
Oh my god.
One of those over the top movies.
Okay, hey, all right, hold on, Spencer.
We can't give
No,
the whole
for
movie away to
context.
Spencer.
Hold on, Spencer, for context. It's a movie.
He does jab some
about
boobs.
bowling, but there's these two great bowlers, Woody Harrelson and
Bill Murray.
my man Bill Murray. Right? So we'll just leave that at that. But it's also based on this Amish kid who
He's like the protege, like the next up and comer.
he bowls on the low because it's the devil. And he
Forbidden.
goes back to his little Amish little village or town or whatever they call it, and he builds farms.
It's like the air up there on bowling on
Yeah.
comedy roids.
And like,
Oh yeah, that sounds like my kind of movie. I'll have to check it out.
and then so I had to spoil a little bit. Woody Harrelson's the champion bowler, but then he loses.
Oh
I
man,
mean,
you're
he
gonna
wins. Okay, I got
He's
you.
like, well, it kind of sets it
Yeah,
up.
I'll watch it.
I wanna get
It happens. All that
You have
happens.
to watch that tonight, or Bogart's
No,
gonna
I'm
reveal
talking
the
about
entirety.
it.
Yeah,
All that
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
happens at the
I'll
beginning.
watch it in the-
Yeah,
But how he gets
no.
the Amish
You've
kid.
already revealed enough.
Lives
Let's let the man watch.
vicariously
Yeah, I'll watch it.
the
I'll-
Amish kid.
That's so good that
Crazy
that could be an episode of Movies and Munchies. So what I want to do for Movies and Munchies is not going to be a live stream anymore. We're going to start recording it, and all watching it and all talking about it, a little bit more. Just it'll make for a better podcast and a better upload.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
And that shit was fun when we were getting flagged, though. We were like real outlaws.
We're getting flagged by YouTube every couple seconds.
They were on us. We were showing all the clips like, fuck y'all.
They're like, these guys are giving the whole movie away.
Motherfucker.
It's like, we can't do like
No, we
Mystery
were
Science
showing-
Theater
we were showing the
3000
movie.
kind of thing, where like you're showing the movie, but like our shadows are over it, right? And we're talking. The movie's on in the background or something, like at the back of my TV. There's got to be a way around it.
One day we'll figure out a way to get the right.
I think you can do that because I've seen films on YouTube and they're just like in somebody's living room, and you're watching the film smaller on their TV, and you can get away. You can get away with that. So I don't know. Just a thought.
We will figure this out one day.
All right, so let's sew it up.
Oh, Spencer, okay.
Because I'm cracking another one too, but you know what I mean? Like, we can still do this after the fact, but I mean, because we've been running along.
Yeah. Good night
I like
to the
do this, but I
fanzos.
look at the time, I'm like, I know Husby. It's like I don't ever want to push it too long. Hus like, Brady, we were running hell.
Yeah, my
Because
children
I do
should be.
that. I don't care, I'm like,
My
I'm
children should be
kicking
getting
it.
tucked away. My
They're
children
like,
should be
"Oh,
getting
shit,
tucked
we
away. And I still hear my little munchkin out there.
You already know. This is the Real Fantasy Playmakers Championship Sunday edition. We're going to put a nice little bow on top of this. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool because we did all the plugs early on, too. So everybody knows what to do.
Yeah,
I mean?
that's the guru. Y'all know where to find me.
Yeah.
Me too. Hit that website down there and check out the merch, especially before the prices go up next month.
Yeah.
And the prices are going up, B.
Not of my own
Oh.
doing. I would keep them the way they are,
The
honestly.
prices are going up like
Stonks.
like zinc.
Like Gabe
Zinc's
Davis.
gotta be going up, bruh.
Like
Yeah,
Gabe
Gabe
Davis in
Davis.
Dynasty.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I'll just trade
Gotta be
Gabe
going
Davis
up.
for Jamar Chase. Someone tweeted
What?
that the other day. I was like,
Oh my God.
y'all losing y'all's mind.
It's the hype, man. It's the hype. It's crazy. It's yeah.
I like hype sometimes when you're bored.
Yeah.
Not
It's
enough
just
to do that though.
Sometimes it can lead to stupid decisions. That's the problem with it. It's fun, but if you trade Jamar Chase for Gabe Davis, you're gonna regret that shit.
Yeah.
Who said that? What the fuck? Hold on.
On Twitter, I'm hoping they were just
Oh.
joking, but they're like,
It might
just
have been a
traded
joke.
Jamar Chase for Gabriel Davis in Dynasty. I'm almost there. They had to be. If that was serious,
Hey
then-
yo, okay, I
They need
guarantee
help,
that
man.
is true because the other person's just a stupid fuck. You know
yeah,
what I
what
mean?
if it?
It happens.
Yeah,
It does.
Those are bad leagues. There's not someone to step down like the hand of God and be like, this is not happening. You know what I mean?
yeah, commissioner.
And that's called good
Yeah.
commissioning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Take
yeah,
us home.
We're out.
Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, living that. We make plays every day, yeah.